It's funny how conservative liberals want to be now. You know, just a few days ago, they was all for the cancel culture. They was all for that. And I'm not even saying that what's going on with all of these liberals losing their jobs for celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. I'm not even saying that that's cancel culture, right? And we're gonna get into all of that. But it's funny how they got all of these conservatives in trouble or fired or canceled. There's channels right now on YouTube that are demonetized because liberals got them canceled. So it's funny how they want to cry about people losing their jobs over words that they said. But where was all of that energy when Charlie Kirk lost his life over words that he said? So they're making a big fuss and a big hissy fit over people losing their jobs over words that they said. But when it comes to Charlie Kirk losing his life over words that he said, they want to dance out on the street and post and make joyful videos about why he died. About because of him dying or why he died. And, I even heard a preacher in the pulpit. It's a video that kind of went viral of a preacher in a pulpit saying, I don't condone this death. I don't condone the killing of people, but he said this, he was a racist. Basically saying a whole bunch of lies from the pulpit, and I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because he's supposed to be a man of the cloth, but yet he's saying that he was racist and he spread hate and all this, that, and the other, which is all lies. Because when you watch his videos, he doesn't say anything about hatred towards black people or anyone else for that matter. Now, I'm not saying Charlie Kirk's perfect and everything he said was law and of God. Nobody's perfect. From the pulpit to the door, from the preacher to the prostitute, nobody is perfect. But one thing that Charlie Kirk wasn't was a racist. And even if he was, let's say that he was, anytime that you gotta say, I don't think he should be killed, but when you say but, you basically just negated everything that you said before that point. You just negated everything you said. You're saying but. You're saying consider this. You're saying look at this. And here's why you kind of understand, or you kind of say he had what he had coming to him. That's not what I'm saying, but that's the belief of a lot of these liberal pastors, a lot of these liberal people. So I just find it real funny how conservative that these liberals want to be all of a sudden, want to be for free speech and all of that. And I'm for that. I'm for free speech. You can say whatever you want, but here's the deal. You also have to deal with the consequences of saying whatever you want. We have freedom of speech in this country, but you do not have freedom from the consequences. And now people might say, oh, well, a consequence of Charlie Kirk saying what he said led to his life, the end of his life. But that should never be a consequence for anything that anyone says. Oh, sorry, B almost flew. That should never be a consequence for anything that anybody says. But, But I just find it really, really ironic that all of a sudden they were canceling all of these conservatives over things that they said, but a conservative lost his life over things that he said, and then they justified it, and then they said, well, sorry guys, I'm gonna have to close up this window. This place is infested with bees, but I'm not going to re-edit this. But anyways, you get the point what I'm trying to say. All right, no more bees. But anyways, you get the point what I'm trying to say though, right? And if you don't, go ahead, tell me what you think in the comments. But the bottom line is this. When you take a job, all jobs have a conduct. Any respectable job will have a conduct policy. Will have a conduct and behavior policy, a dress code, a code of ethics, a code of morals, whatever the case may be. Any job has that type of has standards, and if you break those standards, that job can get rid of you. So when you go ahead and you post out loud publicly, or you put it out there and people see you, what people don't understand is, yeah, you may have been off. It may have been your off day. But when you post something publicly and people find out what company you work for, you are a representation of that company. And when people see that, and they're going to have certain ideas about their company. If you're celebrating the death of somebody, which is quite evil, quite demonic, diabolical. I mean, I even see little kids celebrating it. But yeah, go ahead and like the video, comment if you disagree, or even if you agree, go ahead, give us some support in the comment section. Subscribe to the videos, and turn on your post notification bell for all the latest content. Peace, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Y'all have a blessed one.